Hello and welcome to my channel, AB Make It Artwork, where we do what we do to make that artwork for you. And if you're new to my channel, maybe hit that subscribe button, join the AB Creative Crew. We do sketchy art things. As you can see, this is a continuation of the Lorvember Huevember series. If you don't know, Huevember is an art challenge month in which you sort of follow color theory, taking one main hue each day throughout the month of November. It kind of got extended for a little bit longer than that because I got kind of busy. If you hear my dog, it's because she's drinking. That's what that sound is. She might be moving around a little bit in the background. The Lorvember-based prompts are lore-based in different mythologies, different regions. So it's like gods, goddesses, monsters, spirits, all sorts of what have you. And for this day's prompt, it was mermaid. And I was like, I don't want to just draw any half-human, half-fish hybrid. I want to do a particular kind of mermaid. And I was like, what kind of mermaid do I want to do? I want to do the Rusalka. Now, if you don't know, Rusalka comes from Slavic lore. And pre-1900s, the Rusalka was considered to be a water spirit, and a kind, helpful water spirit, often appreciated by pagan cultures, and even sometimes revered by pagan cultures as being these kind, helpful spirits that would rise from bodies of water as maidens to help bring moisture to the fields for harvest. So they were considered part of the rituals for fertility and growth and all that sorts of stuff. My dog wants some more attention. She wants me to play fetch with her. She's being really cute today. So pre-1900s, they were considered to be like a kind, a neutral spirit that would come from rivers, creeks, lakes, and they would come out and they would walk upon the land to bring moisture and fertility to the seeds to provide for the harvest. After the 1900s is where the mythology for the Rusalka really changes up. And I'm probably going to say this because this does happen with a lot of other cultures, but I think a lot of these changes are due to Christian influence. That if it's not in the Bible, it must be a demon, therefore it must be an evil spirit. Because the 1900s really changes a lot of the lore for the Rusalka. So, going from helpful water spirit for the harvest to vengeful spirit of women who are unclean in some way. And a lot of these stories involve that this is a woman that has been betrayed by their partner, by their lover, or maybe they've suffered for years from an abusive partner, an abusive husband. And it could be that they committed suicide by drowning because they wanted to escape their abusive husband, or that their partner, lover, husband, what have you, would murder them because they were bearing an unwanted child. And with this kind of idea that the spirit is a vengeful woman who has been murdered or harassed to the point of suicide, they tend to stay near their bodies of water where they have died. And because of this whole betrayal from men, they would often seek out to have their vengeance against men by luring them in and drowning them. Now, they did this in a couple of different ways. Sometimes they would prance around the body of water, they would prance around the body of water naked and be beautiful and alluring, and men would wander to these women near bodies of water or in the middle of the forest, and they would go to them and be enticed by their beautiful singing, their dancing, their vivacious nakedness. Woo! And they would be so entranced that they'd either dance themselves to death by joining a Rusalka dance circle, or they would get lured into the water and they would be drowned, and the Rusalka would tickle them so that they would lose all their air and then laugh at their death. Now, in some lore, they have red hair, or they would change their shape to accommodate what the man's physical tastes were. And once they were found out to be this horrible monster, their hair would kind of become a green color. Their skin would be slick and silky, sickly slick. It was grease, so that the man wouldn't have any way to grab a hold and get out of the water. And in some lore, their hair is very long so that it covers up the fact that their back is exposed like muscle and bone tissue. And all these things are really interesting. Now, in the pre-1900s lore, they could leave their bodies of water and go good distances, but in like post-1900s lore, they had to stay near their body of water where they could still be moist, and it was just one of their conditions. Had to take a quick pause because of the planes flying overhead. But yeah, a lot of the mythology really just changes after the 1900s, and we don't entirely know really why. That all being said, lore aside, you're probably wondering what the heck does this have to do with the title, figuring out what to do. And I guess you could loosely say that this video is a, I don't know, New Year's resolutions-esque kind of video. But more so, what am I doing right now? And what am I trying to get better at doing? So, some things I'm trying to get better at doing is that I'm trying to get back into my fitness, because during the end of the year, with all the holidays and going to see family and stuff, your fitness kind of like goes to the wayside. And my husband and I are actually going to the gym together, and we're doing routines together. And he suggested that we try this so that he could learn how to better listen to me better, instead of like, I guess, challenging when I'm saying stuff, and like better understand like where my boundaries are through the use of exercise and physical training. And yeah, sometimes doing physical stuff that isn't like intimate physical with your partner can help you to build that like social interaction of understanding like this is as far as they can go, and this is as far as I can go, and this is how they need to be encouraged or enthused. So that was like his reasoning for why we're going to the gym together, and that's working out pretty well thus far. Like, we're both working hard, we're doing good, we're going to the gym, we're getting fit. I'm already getting back to what I was at. I did gain a little bit of weight over the holidays, so yeah. Another thing that I've been trying to do is being more crafty. If you've seen my Twitter, you would know that I've been getting back into crochet and sort of knitting, and I've been learning how to make hats. I haven't shown all the hats that I've made, and some of my more recent hats are definitely my favorite hats. Some of my other hats were kind of to the extent of where it's like, I just had to convert it to a basket now because it's much too big for a head, and it looks kind of stupid for a hat. But that's something I've kind of wanted to get back into doing and maybe try to improve at. So learning how to make hats and crochet correctly to make a hat, that's something I've done this year. I'm working on my first ever blanket. I'm getting back into like knitting scarves, so I'm working on a scarf right now. And I want to learn how to crochet other stuff. Like maybe I'll learn how to crochet gloves. I've learned how to crochet balls for my dog to have toys, and that's really fun. Another thing that I'm really working on when I'm trying to figure out what to do is how to make more stuff in the kitchen. Like, I've been making salsa. I have learned how to bake bread. I want to learn how to bake scones. I want to learn how to make all sorts of different new stuff. And bread was super easy when it came to baking the bread. Like, the instructions are right on the flour. Like, if you get bread flour from the store, they have instructions right on the bag on how to make white bread. And it's like 2 loaves for less than $1 when you take into account like how much of the ingredients you're using. It's like amazing. So that's been really cool, learning how to like make new stuff or like cook things in a way that I haven't done before. Another thing that I'm really trying to get back into is I'm trying to learn Japanese again. Like, I know a little bit of Japanese. I did take half the college course when I was like going to community college. I had to drop that class because I was trying to also do full-time job, full-time schedule, plan a convention, raise money. Like, I was working for like 2 nonprofits, full-time job, and going to school. It was just too much, and I had to drop the class. So now I'm using Duolingo, a free app, so that I can learn Japanese again. And it's been pretty fun thus far. I've been doing it for like 3 days and doing pretty good. pretty good. And the final thing that I want to talk about is that I've been trying to like market myself more, trying to get noticed. And what I mean by that is that I've made another account for my art stuff. It is a Facebook page, and with the Facebook page, it's connected to my Instagram to an extent. And because it's sort of like connected to my Instagram, if I do a post that I'm boosting so that I can get my stuff more out there, get some more visibility, I will get the visibility on my Instagram so people can follow my Instagram account. I was hoping that I would get the visibility and that people would go to my Facebook page, but I think it's shared on both Facebook and Instagram, so that's been fun trying to like promote my art, promote myself. And speaking of art, I am doing Valentine's themed portrait commissions. They're $10 portraits, and that's been really exciting. I've had 8 thus far, and that's what I'm really trying to boost, is the fact that I'm doing portraits. I have commissions available. Hey, if you're thinking of getting a gift for your partner this Valentine's, maybe consider these portraits, because I tend to do same day turnaround real quick. So that's about it for today. That's about what I have for mythology and for what's going on in my life. If you want to go to any of my other accounts, I have a DeviantArt, I have an Instagram, I have a Tumblr, even though Tumblr is dying. Let's hope there's a revival soon. I have a Twitter that I'm trying to be pretty active on and retweet and tweet and stuff. I don't know, I'm having fun. And a Pinterest that I use for references, as well as my new Facebook page. The links to all those accounts are in the description down below. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day wherever you are. And as always, make sure to do what you do to make that artwork for you. Lots of love. Bye.